Yeah, of course. Well, so I'm Fiona Gillespie, and I'm the Preventive Conservator at the Fitzwilliam Museum. I'm the lead on environmental monitoring for the purposes of collections preservation. So at the Fitzwilliam Museum, we check our environmental monitoring system multiple times a day to check for fluctuations in temperature and humidity that could affect the stability of our collections. Environmental monitoring is arguably the most important thing when it comes to the preservation of our collections. Not only do we use the environmental monitoring system to monitor temperature and humidity, but light as well, all of which can cause irreparable damage to our collections. Yeah, so in preventive conservation, temperature and relative humidity are managed primarily to reduce risk to the collections, because if they're not properly controlled, then they can drive several forms of irreparable deterioration. So firstly, higher temperatures accelerate chemical degradation, particularly in organic materials like paper and textiles and photographic media. This means objects can become brittle, discoloured, or structurally weakened much more quickly over time. And relative humidity presents both mechanical and biological risks. So fluctuations in RH, relative humidity, causes hygroscopic materials like wood, paper and textiles to expand and contract. So over time that leads to physical damage such as warping, cracking, delamination, especially in composite objects where different materials respond at different rates. If humidity is too high, it creates conditions for mold growth, pest activity and corrosion of metals. On the other hand, if it's too low, materials can desiccate and become brittle. So it's really about avoiding both extremes. A key point reflected in the guidance from organisations like the Institute of Conservation is that stability is often more important than hitting exact numbers. So minimising fluctuations reduces stress on objects and helps prevent cumulative damage. So overall, the biggest risks are accelerated chemical decay, physical damage from movement and biological attack, all of which are often gradual but irreversible, which is why environmental control is such a central part of preventive conservation. Yeah, so Eltek's online system, so the Darker Connect system, has significantly improved the way we monitor conditions across the museum compared to our previous system. Darker Connect offers a much more modern and up-to-date monitoring system with many new helpful features for efficient environmental monitoring. So for example, the dashboard feature, not available on previous environmental systems, allows you to quickly have a broad view of all your sensors across your entire building, whilst also enabling you to focus in on specific areas with widgets like charts and gauges, and it's completely customizable. So also the notes feature that has allowed us to migrate previous environmental issues and air handling unit issue action logs onto the EMS itself. So with Darker Connect, you can easily export any notes that you make on your charts into handy reports that can be used to track environment issues over time, particularly if the issues are tied to weather events or mechanical failures. There is a plethora of automatic reporting features, making accessing large amounts of environmental data a breeze. At the Fitzwilliam Museum, we have many reporting commitments, for example, to bodies like Arts Council England. Using Darker Connect's handy reporting features, we're able to export the data required all at once, having access to multiple graphs, data averages and readings all required for the report easily at our fingertips. This saves conservation time, usually taken up by manually exporting and organising data, that can be then channeled into other things such as our busy exhibitions and display programme. Yeah, of course. Well, every day. I mean, the environment system allows you to quickly see where environment issues are occurring and investigate the causes. So our most recent example of this that I can think of is at our off-site store, where we have two of the Eltek's new data loggers. This site is some distance from the museum, but with the use of the Eltek environment system, we can monitor the store from afar, including the fluctuations, which were previously unable to do on our old environment system. So fluctuations in this store recently looked as if they were going to go a bit high, but the system preemptively alerted me, allowing me to quickly get in contact with our estates teams and investigate the mechanical fault to get the store to remain within acceptable conditions as soon as possible. Oh, the Eltek bridge system is definitely worth the investment. I mean, many other institutions who manage valuable assets, I'm sure, will have been in the same situation where we needed a new system. We did a significant cost-benefit analysis and found that replacement of the entire environment system was going to cost a significant amount of money. That's when Eltek came in with their brilliant bridge system, which allows users to slowly port over their existing environment system, maintaining much of the legacy hardware of their previous systems for a fraction of the costs. We are living in a world where, unfortunately, heritage institutions do not have unlimited budgets. So this solution allows institutions to slowly invest in a new, robust monitoring system with a significantly smaller upfront cost, allowing institutions to build towards a full Eltek system over time rather than all at once. This is arguably much more sustainable, both environmentally and financially. From all of our ongoing work with Eltek, I see this system continuing to evolve well into the future. Eltek have already been so inspiring with the innovation they provide. For example, we've worked with them on producing smaller light and humidity and temperature monitors that can be placed in display cases to help meet design requirements where the desire is ever trending to make environment monitoring equipment as inconspicuous as possible. Eltek have also been very responsive to any comments or concerns I have had, for example regarding the reporting features and making tweaks to how they are generated to better fit with our reporting needs. I have faith that our environmental monitoring will only continue to improve over the years.